In this video, we will be using some basic rules for simplifying monomials. The first basic rule is multiplying with the same base. So notice here I have x and x is the same base with exponents of 5 and 2. The rule says to add exponents. So x to the 5th times x to the 2nd power will be x to the 5 plus 2, which is equal to x to the 7th. Dividing with the same base is similar to the multiplication, with the exception we'll be subtracting their exponents. Example 2a, x to the 5th divided by x squared. That will become x to the 5th minus 2, which is equal to x to the 3rd power. A variation of this is where you have an exponent that is larger in its denominator versus in 2a, the exponent was larger in its numerator. Notice x to the 3rd is in the numerator part of a fraction because it's over 1 technically. So that's considered the numerator. So higher exponent is where you place your answer. Higher exponent, we will be placing our answer in the denominator, and I will show you why. So x to the 3rd, using the rule, divided by x to the 6th is x to the 3rd minus 6, which is equal to x to the negative 3. But in here, with this negative exponent, we want to rename it as a positive exponent. Renaming it as a positive exponent just simply means that we will be placing that term in its denominator. So remember what I said, the larger exponent was in the denominator, that's where we're going to place its answer, in the denominator as a positive exponent. So I'm going to rewrite this now as 1 over x to the 3rd power. Raising a monomial to a power, the rule says to multiply its exponents. So we will multiply its exponents. So x to the 3rd raised to the 2nd power is x to the 3 times 2, or x to the 6th. A similar example is a monomial that has a coefficient. The exponent here has an exponent of 1 on its coefficient, on the number. So I'm going to use the same basic rule. We're going to multiply the exponents. So this is 2 to the 1st times 3, which is 2 to the 3rd. X to the 4th times 3 is x to the 12th. Simplify the coefficient, and you get 2 to the 3rd power, which is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8x to the 12th. Last and final rule, anything raised to a 0 power is always equal to 1. I will show you why this works. If I take something like x to the squared divided by x squared, the rule for division using the same base is to subtract its exponents. So I get x to the 0 power. Now again, that really doesn't mean much right now, but if I look at this in its expanded form of x squared means x times x, and x squared in the denominator means x times x, writing it as a factor twice based on its exponent of 2. And now I reduce that fraction by a common factor of x. I get 1 over 1, 1 over 1. So my numerator is 1 times 1. My denominator is 1 times 1. So x to the 0 power is always equal to 1.